Moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. There's no discharge in the war.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Shepherd's Pie. I'm David.
I'm Tommy.
I think we need a little bit more in the intro there. Just saying my name always feels weird. We are back, my people. Took us a little bit.
I don't know what you could add.
Something about the day, something about the environment, I just turned my fucking volume down. These damn dings.
It lies.
But yeah, we have been gone for a little bit, and I don't think anybody fucking cares, but I at least still want to apologize.
Yeah, we want to be consistent as much as possible.
Yeah, consistency is key, and this time I feel like it's actually last few times it's been on me.
It's a we thing for sure.
Yeah.
It's a we thing.
You know, maybe in the future we're still just fucking around, I guess, but we don't want to fuck around with the Bible. We gotta take the Bible seriously.
Absolutely. That's a fact. I've been feeling it because, I don't know, ever since we've been doing the Bible episodes, I've kind of been using that as my Bible time. Really.
Right. Yeah,
and because we're not recording as much, I mean, it makes it so that I'm not getting as much Bible time in, and I can sense that in my being, and it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing.
Bible 4 days a week will change a person. Apparently.
4 days a week will change a person. I totally believe that. Totally. I experienced it and experimented with it.
Right.
It works.
So I guess since it's been a while, let's catch everybody up. We last time did Exodus 18, or started at 18. We made it to chapter 24, which is where we're picking up today. 18 picks up just after the war with Amalek. And so, mistakenly, I had said in the last episode that Moses went to where Jethro was. But now I'm sure by re-listening to the episode as we read it, that clearly Jethro hears of Moses and goes to where he is. After hearing of his battle with Amalek, Jethro, his stepfather, decides to meet Moses where he is and bring his whole family. And when he's there, he sees how Moses has been running everything. Like Moses, everybody comes to Moses with their issues, and he's got to deal with them all. And so Jethro realizes that the best way to serve God and his people would be to put people in charge beneath him, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s is how it's put.
Yep.
So there's now this like pyramid system where issues can be escalated up to Moses, and the smaller issues can be handled by these lower rulers over their numbers of people. So then God comes to Moses when they reach Mount Sinai and tells him that he will, deliver these laws, comes down in fire and smoke, and tells Moses that he needs to warn the Israelites that if anybody were to touch the mountain, that they're going to die. And so Moses comes up to the mountain, and before God gives him the law, he tells him again, go back, bring Aaron with you, and tell the people not to touch the mountain or they're going to die. So Moses comes down, and everybody's afraid at the smoke and the fire that they don't even want to come near the mountain. But then he goes up and receives the law. So we get to the 10 Commandments, which is great. I don't think, now that I had the opportunity to listen again to how we went through it, I do think we missed a bit. So maybe in the future we'll touch on those again. I'm sure they'll come up from time to time.
Absolutely.
I don't think we said anything wrong. I just think there's more to it. Like, there's definitely more on the commandments. They're a lot deeper than how they seem at face value.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be taken from them. There's a lot more meaning when you look into the translations. And some of what we said was more metaphorical than literal. So, like, we missed some of the metaphorical things and we missed some of the literal things. But
Well, that's the thing when it comes to the commandments is they're decrees, they're the law
right.
that was handed to Moses from God. They're going to have a kind of layered meaning. They're going to have layered meaning and understanding and purpose.
Right.
Each one of them. So, I mean, of course you're going to have the bare bones, like, thou shalt not kill. And that's going to be very explicit. Thou shalt not commit murder or whatever.
Right. It's not if you look at the translation and then people want to debate what's the difference between kill and murder. So
yeah. And it gets into, like, that's the law of the land and of the peoples at the time. And it kind of can be extrapolated out into a broader sense of, like, killing. What does kill mean?
Right.
That goes into, like, legal, like, law and whatnot. But it's pretty explicit, written on the tablet when it comes off the mountain.
For about a second before Moses smashes it because he's pissed.
Yeah, literally.
But we hadn't gotten there yet. So after receiving the 10 Commandments, God goes on to describe, some more laws that I guess are outside of the 10 Commandments, some holidays, his covenant, just a lot from God here, really. And a warning that, he's delivering the people unto the land of the Canaanites, and he's going to help them take it. He goes into how he's going to send, what does it say? Send bees? Hornets?
Hornets.
I will send hornets. Okay. So he literally says, Exodus 23:27, I will send my fear before thee, and I will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come, and I will make all thine enemies turn their backs unto thee. I will send hornets before thee, and I shall drive out the Hivite, the Canaanite, and the Hittite from before thee. So he's sending them into this land and telling them, you're not going to worship anything they worship. You're not going to take up any of their traditions. You're not going to do what these people did. This is why I'm sending you into this land. Like, this is the promised land for you to take, but don't do so falsely.
To take and to shepherd.
Heed these laws that I've just told you as you go into this land, because they've got some bad laws up in there.
Yep. And then in 29, it's saying that it's he's not driving them out before a year. So it's going to be like a year-long process of God and the Israelites making the Hivites, Canaanites, and Hittites move.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because he doesn't want the land to be not stewarded. It needs to be like a good transition between the rule of the Canaanites to the rule of the Israelites.
Right. It's already mentioned the 40 years that they wander in the desert. It's already been mentioned, but after it was mentioned, we're still like going through the span of time of that 40 years. Like it was stated, but not as if it happened and now that we're at the other end of it. It was stated that it happened and now it's going through it. So these are within the 40 years, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pretty sure, because they are going to now wander. We haven't gotten to the part where a whole generation has to die off before the next generation is able to go into the promised land. And so, it says 1 year, but it ends up taking them a little bit to get there. But we're picking up Exodus 24.
Okay.
If everybody wants to open their books and join us, or just listen along. And God said unto Moses, come up unto the Lord, thou and Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship ye afar off. And Moses alone shall come near the Lord, but they shall not come near, neither shall the people go up with him. And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the judgments, and all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which the Lord hath said will we do. And Moses wrote all the words for the Lord, and rose up early in the morning, and builded an altar under the hill, and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen unto the Lord. And Moses took half of the blood and put it in a basin, and half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar. And he took the blood of the covenant and read it in the audience of the people. And they said, all that the Lord hath said will we do, and be obedient. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people, and said, behold, the blood of the covenant which the Lord hath made with you concerning all these words. Then went up Moses and Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel. And they saw the God of Israel, and there was under his feet, as it were, a paved work of sapphire stone, and as it were the body of heaven in his clearness. And upon the nobles of the children of Israel he laid not his hand. Also they saw God, and did eat and drink. And the Lord said unto Moses, come up to me into the mount, and be there, and I will give thee tables of stone, and a law and commandments which I have written, that thou mayest teach them. Moses rose up, his minister Joshua, and Moses went up into the mount. Joshua goes with him.
And yes.
And his minister Joshua, and Moses went up into the mount of God. And he said unto the elders, tarry ye here for us until we come again unto you. And behold, Aaron and Hur are with you. If any man have any matters to do, let him come unto them. And Moses went up into the mount, and a cloud covered the mount. And the glory of God abode upon Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it 6 days. And the 7th day he called unto Moses out of the midst of cloud. And the sight of the glory of the Lord was like devouring fire on the top, was like a devouring fire on the top of the mount in the eyes of the children of Israel. And Moses went into the midst of the cloud, and got him up into the mount. And Moses was in the mount 40 days and 40 nights.
That's crazy.
So
it's a long time to be in the fire, like
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy that
right.
it's to them, they're looking up, they're seeing just fire atop a mountain.
It describes it as if it appears like heaven. Like they went up and literally saw God there above a paved sapphire is what they describe it as, and heaven behind him. Right?
I think that was the
sapphire stone, and as it were the body of heaven in his clearness. So not behind him, in his clearness. So it's like you could feel the heaven about him.
Yeah.
But they saw him there. And everybody else just saw the fire. And so
that's crazy.
Moses and Joshua, which I didn't realize Joshua went with him, Moses and Joshua go into it, and the clouds close behind him. And I'm confused because it says 6 days, and on the 7th day Moses came out, because it said, and the glory of the Lord abode upon Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it 6 days. And the 7th day he called unto Moses out of the midst of the cloud. Okay, so they were up there with the cloud, with God, for a week before God said, okay, come in.
Yeah.
And then he was in for 40 days and 40 nights. That was my mistake. Yeah, that's a long time.
It's kind of wild, man. Just like imagining, you see God sitting up there, and like there's this space, and underneath his feet is like paved sapphire stone, which if you think about what that would look like, it's like see-through blue type of matrix almost. It's almost like God sitting above a portal, a portal to heaven. He's just sitting there on top of the mountain, and there's a cloud around him, and it's very, very bright. It's very, very bright for everyone else sitting at the bottom of the mountain. And then Moses just walks up there and goes right on in with God, disappears for 40 days and 40 nights, and comes back. And that's freaking nuts.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it really is. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they bring me an offering of every mean that giveth it willing.
Man. Of every
wow.
man.
I don't know how I read that as mean.
My eyeballs suck too, dude.
Bring me an offering of every man that giveth it willingly. With his heart ye shall take my offering. And this is the offering which ye shall take of them, gold and silver and brass, and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair, and ram skins dyed red, and badger skins and shittim wood, oil for the light, spices for anointing oil, and for sweet incense, onyx stones and stones to be set in the ephod and in the breastplate, and let them make me a sanctuary that I may dwell among them, according to all that I show thee, after the pattern of the tabernacle, and the pattern of all the instructions thereof, even so shall ye make it. And they shall make an ark of shittim wood, 2 cubits, and half shall be length, and half be the length thereof, and a cubit and a half the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half the height thereof. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, within and without shalt thou overlay it, and shalt make upon it a crown of gold round about. And thou shalt cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them in the 4 corners thereof, and 2 rings shall be the one side of it, and 2 rings in the other side of it. And thou shalt make staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold. And thou shalt put the staves into the rings by the sides of the ark, that the ark may be bore with them. So these are just poles that go into it so that you can carry it. And the staves shall be in the rings of the ark, and they shall not be taken from it. And thou shalt put into the ark the testimony which I shall give thee. So the 10 commandments are to go into the ark.
Yep.
And thou shalt make a mercy seat of pure gold, 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof, and a cubit and a half the breadth thereof. And thou shalt make 2 cherubim of gold, of beaten work shalt thou make them, in the 2 ends of the mercy seat. So they're to be like hand crafted.
Yep, hand worked. Yep.
And make 1 cherubim on the one end, and the other cherubim on the other end. Even of the mercy seat shall ye make the cherubims on the 2 ends thereof it. And the cherubims shall stretch forth their wings on high, covering the mercy seat with their wings, and their faces shall look one to another. Forward the mercy seat shall the faces of the cherubims be. And thou shalt put the mercy seat above upon the ark, and in the ark shalt thou put the testimony that I shall give thee. I already said that, sir. And there I will meet with thee, and I will commune with thee from above the mercy seat, from between the 2 cherubims which are upon the ark, the testimony of all things which I will give thee in commandment unto the children of Israel. Thou shalt also make a table of shittim wood. 2 cubits shall be its length thereof, and a cubit and a breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half the height thereof. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, and make thereof a crown of gold round about. And thou shalt make unto it a border of an handbreadth round about, and thou shalt make a gold crown to the border thereof round about. And thou shalt make for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings in the 4 corners that are on the 4 feet thereof. Over against the border shalt the rings be for places of the staves to bear the table, and thou shalt make the staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold, that the table may be bore with them. And thou shalt make the dishes thereof, and spoons thereof, and coverings thereof, and bowls thereof, to cover withal. Of pure gold shalt thou make them. And thou shalt set upon the table showbread before me alway. And thou shalt make a candlestick of pure gold. Of beaten work shall the candlestick be made. His shaft and his branches, his bowls, his knobs, and his flowers shall be of the same. 6 branches shall come out of the sides of it, 3 branches of the candlestick out of one side, and 3 branches of the candlestick out the other side. 3 bowls make like unto almonds, with a knob and a flower in one branch, and 3 bowls make like an almonds with in the other branch with a knob and a flower. So in the 6 branches that come out of the candlestick. So in the 6
That's
branches
describing the menorah, or what's it called?
Okay. I thought there was like more to that sentence.
Menorah?
It's like, yeah. So in the 6 branches, so in the 6 branches that come out of the candlestick, etc. But there's nothing. But he's saying like everything I just said is so in the 6 branches that come out of the candlestick. And in the candlestick shall be 4 bowls made like unto almonds, with their knobs and their flowers. And there shall be a knob under 2 branches of the same, and a knob under 2 branches of the same, and a knob under 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches that proceed out of the candlestick. Their knobs and their branches shall be of the same, and it shall be one beaten work of pure gold. Thou shalt make the 7 lamps thereof, and they shall light the lamps thereof, and that they may give light over against it. And the tongs thereof, and the snuff dishes thereof, shall be of pure gold. Of a talent of pure gold shall he make it with all these vessels, and look that thou make them after their pattern, which was shown thee in the mount. This is just where God is going to be getting into excruciating detail how to construct every single aspect of the Ark of the Covenant, the Tabernacle, and everything therein.
It's kind of amazing too, like just the fact that Moses goes up there and he's up there for 40 days, 40 nights, and God's just like, here, dude.
Yeah, he's able to
This
come
is
back
what
with
we're
all
doing.
this.
All right. Like we're gonna make all this, and this is gonna allow for me to be here with you and to take you guys through this journey, and you guys can communicate with me, but it's gotta be made of pure gold, dude. We're only doing pure gold with this thing. All right.
And all
pure
by
gold
hand.
And shit'em wood.
Nothing casted. Everything's pure wood.
Yeah, I want you to take a little hammer
you fucked
and
me up with the shit of wood.
Ding, 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 until you get perfect cherubims and perfect candles.
Yep.
And then we're good to go. And we've got ourselves a rockin' little temple.
Yeah, man, this whole thing is just going to be a rough episode.
It's all right.
This is a power, so let's get through it. Moreover,
I'll go.
Thou shalt make the tabernacle.
I'll go after this.
Yeah. Moreover, thou shalt make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twined linen, and blue and purple and scarlet, with cherubims of cunning work shalt thou make them. The length of 1 curtain shall be 28 cubits, and the breadth of 1 curtain 4 cubits, and every one of the curtains shall have 1 measure. And 5 curtains shall be coupled together one to another, and other 5 curtains shall be coupled one to another. And thou shalt make loops of blue upon the edge of the one curtain from the selve edge in the coupling. And likewise shalt thou make the uttermost edge of another curtain in the coupling of the second. For me, it was split up. 50 loops shalt thou make in the one curtain, and 50 loops shalt thou make in the edge of the curtain that is in the coupling of the second, that the loops may take hold one of another. And thou shalt make 50 taches of gold, and couple the curtains together with the taches, and it shall be 1 tabernacle. Nice. And thou shalt make curtains of goat's hair to be coverings upon the tabernacle. 11 curtains shalt thou make. And the length of 1 curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the breadth of 1 curtain 4 cubits. And the 11 curtains shall be all of 1 measure. Thou shalt couple 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves, and shalt double the 6th curtain in the forefront of the tabernacle. And thou shalt make 50 loops on the edge of the one curtain that is outmost in the coupling, and 50 loops in the curtain that is in the edge of the curtain which coupleth the second. I want to hear this bit in the the modern speak, like the kids that translate it into the modern lingo. How does this translate into modern language? Bussin'.
It's bussin'.
And thou shalt make 50 taches of brass, and put the taches into the loops, and couple the tent together, that it may be one. We're using brass now. And the remnant that remaineth, the curtain of the tent, the half curtain that remaineth shall hang over the backside of the tabernacle, and a cubit on the one side and a cubit on the other side of that which remaineth in the length of the curtains of the tent, it shall hang over the sides of the tabernacle, on this side and on that side, to cover it. And thou shalt make a covering for the tent of ram skins dyed red, and a covering above of badger skins. And thou shalt make boards for the tabernacle of shittim wood, standing up. 10 cubits shall be the length of a board, and a cubit and a half shall be the breadth of one board. 2 tenons, which is clasps, shall there be in one board, set in order one against another. Thus shalt thou make for all the boards of the tabernacle. And thou shalt make the boards for the tabernacle 20 boards on the south side southward. And thou shalt make 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under one board for his 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for his 2 tenons. And for the second side of the tabernacle on the north side, there shall be 20 boards, and there 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. And for the sides of the tabernacle westward, thou shalt make 6 boards, and 2 boards south shalt thou make for the corners of the tabernacle in the 2 sides. And they shall be coupled together beneath, and they shall be coupled together above, and the head of it unto one ring. Thus shall it be for them both. They shall be for the 2 corners, and they shall be 8 boards, and their sockets of silver 16 sockets, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. And thou shalt make bars of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of the one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the side of the tabernacle for the 2 sides westward, and the middle bar in the midst of the boards shall reach from end to end. And thou shalt overlay the boards with gold, and make their rings of gold for places of the bars, for holders of the bars. And thou shalt overlay the bars with gold. And thou shalt rear up the tabernacle according to the fashion thereof, which was showed thee in the mount. And thou shalt make a veil of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen of cunning work, with cherubims shall it be made. And thou shalt hang it upon 4 pillars of shittim wood, overlaid with gold. Their hooks shall be of gold upon the 4 sockets of silver. And thou shalt hang up the veil under the taches, that thou mayest bring in thither within the veils the ark of the testimony. And the veil shall divide unto you between the holy place and the most holy. And thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark of the testimony in the most holy place. And thou shalt set the table without the veil, and the candlesticks over against the table on the side of the tabernacle toward the south. And the south shall put the table. And thou shalt put the table on the north side. And thou shalt make a hanging for the door of the tent of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen wrought with needlework. And thou shalt make for the hanging 5 pillars of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold, and their hooks shall be of gold. And thou shalt cast 5 sockets of brass for them. So, translation.
When you were saying excruciating detail, that's what we mean, people. It is excruciating
that is
detail
how
that
you're
we
gonna
have.
make every single floorboard. How you're gonna
This
make
is how you
each-
make freaking
every
tabernacle.
this is that. Well, the cool thing is, and what I'm gonna do for this episode is put a bunch of pictures up because
Yeah.
of this, you're able to recreate
it
very accurately, so people
Yep.
know what it looks like, how it comes out to be. And what's great is when it's all said and done, it comes out to be a big cross. The way everybody camps out outside of the tabernacle and their numbers, it ends up being a big cross.
Which is
with the
insane.
tabernacle in the center. Yeah, it's crazy. But
Lego needs to come out with ye old tabernacle.
Lego tabernacle.
Lego Tabernacle edition.
No,
Do you know how cool that would be?
it's
That'd be
blasphemous.
sick. How so? Come on.
Blasphemous. Idolization.
No.
I don't like the
All right.
I don't like the cross and Jesus, so I think that's idol worship. So like, I don't want a Lego tabernacle either. If anything, let's go build a real tabernacle. Go to Florida, get some shit'em wood, because that's where. Or wait, isn't that gopher wood?
Yeah, it's
Never
Gopher
mind.
Wood.
Gopher wood's in Florida. I was wrong.
Shit, I don't know what Shit'em Wood is. It's my first time hearing about it.
It's my first time. I've read the Bible 3 fucking times. This part specifically, but like, still don't know what shit'em wood is.
I still have no idea.
All right, take over, because this is unbearable.
Yeah, I gotcha. Exodus chapter 27. And thou shalt make an altar of shittim wood, 5 cubits long and 5 cubits broad. The altar shall be 4 square, and the height thereof shall be 3 cubits. And thou shalt make the horns of it upon the 4 corners thereof. His horns shall be of the same, and thou shalt overlay it with brass. And thou shalt make his pans to receive his ashes, and his shovels, and his basins, and his flesh hooks, and his fire pans. All the vessels thereof thou shalt make of brass. And thou shalt make it for a gate of network of brass. And upon the net shalt thou make 4 brazen rings in the 4 corners thereof. And thou shalt put it under the compass of the altar beneath, that the net may be even to the midst of the altar. And thou shalt make staves for the altar, staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with brass. Excuse me. And the stave shall be put into the rings, and the stave shall be upon the 2 sides of the altar to bear it. Hollow with the boards shalt thou make it, as it was shown thee in the mount. So they make it. And thou shalt make the court of the tabernacle. For the south side, southward, there shall be hangings for the court of fine twined linen, and of 100 cubits long for one side. And the 20 pillars thereof, and their 20 sockets, shall be of brass. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets shall be of silver. Fillets?
Yeah.
And likewise, for the north side, of in length, there shall be hangings of 100 cubits long, and his 20 pillars and their 20 sockets of brass. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets of silver. Fillets.
They're bands. They're like holding bands.
And for the breadth of the court on the west side shall be hangings of 50 cubits, their pillars 10, and their sockets 10. And the breadth of the court on the east side eastward shall be 50 cubits. And the hangings of one side of the gate shall be 15 cubits, their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. And on the other side shall be hangings of 15 cubits, their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. And for the gate of the court shall be an hanging of 20 cubits, of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen, wrought with needlework, and their pillars shall be 4, and their sockets 4. All the pillars round about the court shall be filleted with silver. Their hooks shall be of silver, and their sockets of brass. The length of the court shall be 100 cubits, and the breadth 50 everywhere, and the height 5 cubits of fine twined linen, and their sockets of brass. All the vessels of the tabernacle, and all the service thereof, and all the pins thereof, and all the pins of the court shall be of brass. And thou shalt command the children of Israel that they bring thee pure oil olive, beaten for the light, to cause the lamp to burn always. In the tabernacle of the congregation, without the veil, which is before the testimony, Aaron and his sons shall order it from evening to morning before the Lord. It shall be a statute forever unto their generations on the behalf of the children of Israel. Exodus chapter 28. And take thou unto thee Aaron thy brother and his sons with him from among the children of Israel, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office, even Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, Aaron's sons. And thou shalt make holy garments for Aaron thy brother, for glory and for beauty. And thou shalt speak unto all that were wise-hearted, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, that they may make Aaron's garments to consecrate him, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office. And these are the garments which they shall make: a breastplate, and an ephod, and a robe, and a broidered coat, a mitre. A meter. Is that what it is? Meter?
I think it's a meter.
A meter. And a girdle. And they shall make holy garments for Aaron thy brother and his sons, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office. And they shall take gold, and blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine linen. And they shall make the ephod of gold, of blue, and of purple, of scarlet, and fine twinen line, with cunning work. It shall have the two shoulder pieces thereof joined at the two edges thereof, so that it shall be joined together. And the curious girdle of the ephod, which is upon it, shall be of the same, according to the work thereof, even of gold, of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen. And thou shalt take 2 onyx stones, engrave on them the names of the children of Israel, 6 of their names on one stone, and the other 6 names on the rest on the other stone, according to their birth. With the work of an engraver in stone, like the engravings of a signet, shalt thou engrave the 2 stones with the names of the children of Israel. Thou shalt make them to be set in ouches of gold. Ouches. Ouches of gold.
Settings of gold.
And thou shalt put the 2 stones upon the shoulders of the ephod for stones of memorial unto the children of Israel. And Aaron shall bear their names before the Lord upon his 2 shoulders for a memorial. And thou shalt make ouches of gold, and 2 chains of pure gold at the ends. Of wreathen work shall you make them, and fasten the wreathen chains to the ouches. And thou shalt make the breastplate of judgment. Ouchies. And thou shalt make the breastplate of judgment with cunning work. After the work of the ephod thou shalt make it. Of gold, of blue, of purple, of scarlet, of fine twined linen shalt thou make it.
Breastplate of judgment. Sounds
yeah, that's
dope.
That sounds like a super rare pickup from a dungeon crawl.
Yeah, some ancient artifact power up.
Yeah. You're mega powered up when you get this breastplate of judgment. 4 square it shall be doubled. A span shall be the length thereof, and a span shall be the breadth thereof. And thou shalt set in the settings of stone, even 4 rows of stones. The first row shall be a sardius, a topaz, and a carbuncle. This shall be the first row. And the second row shall be an emerald, a sapphire, and a diamond. And the third row, a ligure, an agate, and an amethyst. In the fourth row, a beryl, an onyx, and a jasper. They shall be set in gold in their enclosings.
So these stones, they just came out with like a technology to refract light back in a certain way. I know nothing about it. I'm going to put up a video here when I'm done rambling.
Yeah, I've seen what you're talking about too.
And they found that these stones in particular are the only ones that shine back brilliantly when you look at them like this. So forgive me for not knowing what I'm talking about, but here it is.
Now here's the fascinating thing, which to me is the final proof that that book is the Word of God, that it must be God inspired. In the last generation only, we've discovered how to make purer light than we had before. Most light is bouncing around, waves crashing into each other, going in all directions, so that the light coming from that spotlight still lights this side of my face by reflecting off that tinsel up there. We're used to light coming at us from all directions. But we've now discovered how to send light in one direction. Laser light is the most common. You've seen laser light beams straight as a die. But we've also got what we call cross-polarized light. A polarized filter, if you can imagine, allows light through like that. But if you put another polarized filter at right angles to that, you've really got a very fine filter. If you take sunglasses and take one lens and put it at right angles to the other, it goes even darker. It only lets very straight light through. Now, people have taken jewels and precious stones and cut a very thin slice for microscopic purposes, and then shone cross-polarized light through them to see what happens. To put it very crudely, what happens to these precious stones in pure light? And one of two entirely different things happens with every jewel. The technical term, to give you a bit of science for a moment, is anisotropic jewels and isotropic jewels. Now what happens is this. Some jewels in pure light, whatever their color to begin with, they may be red, blue or green, turn into all the colors of the rainbow and the most fantastic patterns. Other precious stones in pure light lose all their color, just go black, look like a lump of coal dust. And it's only in this generation that people have discovered this unusual property. For example, diamonds in pure light are nothing.
Did you get that, ladies?
They're not even
hear that. Diamonds, nothing.
Nothing.
They won't be there.
No, so make the most of them here. Rubies, garnets, just lose everything.
Emeralds.
No, they keep it.
Oh, good.
There are other stones that are anisotropic and go into these beautiful colors. Now here's the fascinating thing. The 12 precious stones that God uses to build the New Jerusalem are all anisotropic. In pure light, they are all far more beautiful. And God doesn't touch the diamonds or the rubies. He doesn't build with them. Now, let's just put on the screen a picture of these stones.
Yeah.
Look at the top 12 stones on this picture, and you'll see the stones of the New Jerusalem. Look at the 4 bottom ones at the bottom of the picture, and you'll see they're black, no attraction, whatever. Now then, who knew this 2,000 years ago? No scientist knew it. Nobody knew it. John the Apostle, writing down the book of Revelation as the Lord dictated it to him, he didn't know. Nobody knew except one person in the entire universe, and he knew, and that was God himself.
Where is that written exactly?
Revelation 21,
Right.
halfway through, and you'll find all the 12 stones listed there. And you can just imagine from the picture we've seen on the screen how beautiful the New Jerusalem is going to be. No need for do-it-yourself decoration or changing rooms there. No need. The materials that God uses will be fabulous.
From verse 19, 21
right.
verse 19.
Read them out.
The first foundation was jasper,
Yeah.
the second sapphire, the third chalcedony, the fourth emerald, the fifth sardonyx, the sixth carnelian, the seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl, the ninth topaz, the 10th chrysoprase,
Chrysoprase.
the 11th jacinth, and the 12th amethyst.
No diamonds, no rubies, no garnets, because they're isotropic. Now, isn't that amazing? To me, that one thing alone would prove that the Bible was inspired by God, because nobody could have known this. They didn't know it until our generation.
It has to do with like their composition, that they actually reflect the light back a certain way that no other crystals or stones of the nature do.
Right.
And it's just crazy that out of all the stones that can shine this certain way, God instructs this breastplate of judgment to be constructed with all the exact stones that there are.
Right.
That do this one thing.
Yeah.
Which has to do with light. And that's brilliant in its own way. You know, God is always described as light within the Bible, like a pillar of light, and people are blinded by the glory of God. It's always about light. Yeah. And for these stones in this breastplate to all share this characteristic is just another one of the millions of proofs that the Bible has supernatural origin. It's not people back in the day with stone chisels and ox carts.
No way to know this.
Yes, there's no way to know this. So, I mean, do with that what you will, but I mean, it just kind of sets it in my mind even harder that there's something supernatural completely about this.
Yeah, unexplainable coincidence here.
Yes. And the stones shall be with the names of the children of Israel, 12 according to their names, like the engravings of a signet. Everyone with his name shall be they according to the 12 tribes. And thou shalt make it upon the breastplate chains at the ends of wreathen work of pure gold. And thou shalt make it upon the breastplate 2 rings of gold, and shall put 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastplate. And thou shalt put 2 wreathen chains of gold in the 2 rings, which are on the ends of the breastplate. And the other 2 ends of the 2 wreathen chains thou fasten to the 2 ouches, and put them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod before it. And thou shalt make 2 rings of gold, and thou shalt put them upon the 2 ends of the breastplate in the border thereof, which is in the side of the ephod inward. And the 2 other rings of gold thou shalt make, and shalt put them on the 2 sides of the ephod underneath, toward the foreplate thereof, over against the other coupling thereof, above the curious girdle of the ephod. And they shall bind the breastplate by the rings thereof unto the rings of the ephod, with a lace of blue, that it may be above the curious girdle of the ephod, and that the breastplate be not loosed from the ephod. And Aaron shall bear the names of the children of Israel in the breastplate of judgment upon his heart, when he goes in unto the holy place, for a memorial before the Lord continually. And thou shalt put in the breastplate of judgment the Urim and the Thummim, and they shall be upon Aaron's heart when he goes in before the Lord. And Aaron shall bear the judgment of the children of Israel upon his heart before the Lord continually. And thou shalt make the robe of the ephod all blue. And there shall be an hole in the top of it, in the midst thereof. It shall have a binding of woven work round about the whole of it, as it were the whole of an Hebergian,
I don't know.
That it be not rent.
Yeah, it's just a coat of mail.
The Hebergian.
Hebergian? I don't know.
Yeah. Hydrangea.
Hydrangea.
Yeah. And beneath upon the hem of it thou shalt make pomegranates of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, round about the hem thereof, and balls of gold between them round about. A golden bell and a pomegranate, a golden bell, and a pomegranate upon the hem of the robe round about. That almost sounds like a chant, dude. You know what I'm saying?
I
If
guess.
it's so like this happens, all right, I'm gonna go on a slight little tangent here. We get instances in the Bible of things just like this, like with the names of the children of Israel, like the tribes and whatnot, and like their lineages. We get this with the construction of the tabernacle. We get it with the hygiene
Did you just have a power
laws.
flash?
No.
I just saw your screen flash like you lost power for a second.
Huh.
Sorry to interrupt.
But no, I mean I've been having them, so it's kind of crazy. But yeah, so it's almost like there's like this chanting that this is. It's
Yeah.
almost like it's hypnotic almost. It feels like almost like a song or like a poem. I don't know. I feel like it had to be like this back in the day for them because they had to remember things. And when you're getting all of this like downloaded to you and then you have to go and do it, and for it to be like kind of explained this way, it almost feels like it was like something that was hammered into their heads. Or like I don't want to say like hypnotically like hammered in there, but somewhat like it because it feels like like it has a rhythm and like a cadence. Like you get like the certain pieces of it all, the gold, the stones, the gold ouches. You get like the certain pieces of it, but then like it just rolls. It just keeps rolling.
It's
Feels
usually
like a little
specifically when God's talking that he's like, do this thing this way, and then this thing this way, and then this thing this way, and then this thing this way. And it sounds like the same thing over and over again because he's being so specific about every
and it like
single
rhymes
thing.
though, right? Like it feels like
it doesn't
something,
but
man.
I see what you're saying.
It doesn't like actually rhyme.
Right.
Like we're not
right.
like seeing like
it's just so repetitive. So I think what's
Yes.
happening is a translation thing. I think it's a translation thing. Probably when how it was written, it maybe was simpler or made more sense. I can't really say because I don't look at the original translations, or like the original Hebrew or whatever. But, yeah, I think
and like
I
even
think
with
it's
the
a
Hebrew
translation thing.
though, you get all of the letters meaning certain things. I feel like it would be even more what I'm thinking if it was in the Hebrew because each letter has like meaning and vibration and it all corresponds together, so it feels like a song almost, like how God like speaks to someone about how to create something. It like flows out of him in this type of way. I don't know, and it's like also the connections in the Bible and how they all like impose on each other throughout the time of the Bible. It's like this weird weaving cascade of creation. I don't know. It's a wild thing. All right. Rant over. And thou shalt make engravings. Okay. So, and it shall be upon Aaron to minister, and his sound shall be heard when he goeth in unto the holy place before the Lord, and when he cometh out, that he not die, or that he die not. And thou shalt make a plate of pure gold, engrave upon it, like the engravings of a signet, holiness to the Lord. And thou shalt put it on a blue lace, that it may be upon the meter, upon the forefront of the meter it shall be. And it shall be upon Aaron's forehead, that Aaron may bear the iniquity of the holy things, which the children of Israel shall hallow in all their holy gifts. Shall hallow. Like hold sacred?
Yeah.
And it shall be always upon his forehead, that it may be accepted before the Lord.
So the
And thou
meter is just a turban.
So it's just a cloth garment
Yeah, it's
on
like
his
a headpiece.
Okay. And thou shalt embroider the coat of fine linen, and thou shalt make the mitre of fine linen, and thou shalt make the girdle of needlework. And for Aaron's sons thou shalt make coats, and thou shalt make for them girdles, and bonnets shalt thou make for them, for glory and for beauty. And thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother, and his sons with him, and shalt anoint them, and consecrate them, and sanctify them, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. And thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness. From the loins even unto the thighs they shall reach.
So I just want to point out that here it underlines nakedness and says bare flesh, where previously when it has said nakedness, it does not clarify.
Yeah.
When instances where we've taken it to mean sexual acts, it does not clarify. It means bare flesh. So something that makes me feel like we're right. Can we stop?
And they shall be upon Aaron and upon his sons when they come in unto the tabernacle of the congregation, or when they come near unto the altar to minister in the holy place, that they bear not iniquity and die. It shall be a statute forever unto him and his seed after him. So this, just right in that last verse of this chapter, verse 43, it's underlining here this idea that we're going to see more of in the future, but that they can't bear iniquity when meeting with God because they will die.
Right.
And this whole building of the tabernacle, it's almost like when you're doing electrical work, right? If you have one wire misplaced, if you have one contact not in proper like touching of a conductor, then nothing will work. It won't work at all. And it seems like it's the same thing when it comes to God being here on earth. When it comes to him being here on earth, being within the Ark of the Covenant, having anybody come and speak to him directly, things have to line up perfectly, or else fucking disaster follows. Or if the tabernacle wasn't even built right, would it have even been able to hold God? Probably not. There's a reason for all of this. And it's kind of extremely interesting in my mind because the way my brain works is it's almost like, oh, well, why don't we make another container for God right now? And just maybe we could have our own little like personal God containers and speak to God, right? Like there has to be something up with it. Like we all just get to talk to God. We all have our own little thing and it's like a direct little line of communication. But the only thing is that you have to be pure when meeting with God.
It's not the time for that anymore. It sounds so wrong to like call him here. It's like, bitch,
I know, because it's so
freaking
dark here now. Yeah.
I mean, he's here, but not in that capacity, I suppose.
Not in like fire form, not in like spirit form or holy form.
Yeah, again, this is like more God physically than usually he is here.
You know what's wild too, though, is that our bodies, since Jesus, are now the tabernacle.
Yes.
So God, when we accept Christ in the Holy Spirit, we now house become the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, you have God within you,
which is kind of wild because we get the parallel between this tabernacle doper, and
because you can just talk to God whenever you want. You don't need a little thing.
Yep, it's already.
I'm glad you pointed that out because that's a really like.
But it's like the parallels between that. It's like the tabernacle in retrospect is kind of like a map of the body in some fashion, in some like higher dimensional understanding that God has. Because if he's making the tabernacle to house the Holy Spirit, which is to commune with people, but now our bodies are the tabernacle, then there has to be some type of bridge between the tabernacle and the human body.
Right.
It only makes sense that, like, whatever all these stone fixtures and the materials and the measurements, even, they correspond with the human body in certain ways. And that's an interesting thought to me.
My thought
That's a
is
very
that
interesting thought.
these, at least silver and gold, I know brass does corrode, but silver and gold don't rust.
Yeah, they have an extremely long, like, oxidation process.
I think does brass rust?
Yeah, patinas.
The patinas.
Yep, it'll oxidize, but then it gets like a little coat on the outside, and it will, if there's moisture around, it will definitely corrode away after some time.
Yeah, but like that's what sticks out to me is at least because like the furs would deteriorate over time, but the
Yeah.
metals are all meant to, I guess, resist degradation is the thought that I have, but also they're precious metals. So everything is to be of the utmost quality.
There's something to be said too with how light interacts with these things. Like we see with the breastplate of judgment, all of the stones have a like certain type of luminescent quality.
Right.
And so it's about the light, and it's about how the light reflects. So like when it comes to the metals,
I mean, yeah, this shit's
gold
all
is
gonna
used
glow.
a lot. It's going to be glowing, yes. And like if you think about the human body too, a lot of people, I mean, this goes into new agey type territory, but there's also some kind of sound like science type stuff around it, where it's like light and us being like light beings, or like our spirit being light.
Mm.
The connection there between like the tabernacle and the body. It's like all different ways of harnessing and showing light, and like what that does. It's kind of cool. It's a cool concept.
Yeah. And get something out of all this mumbo jumbo.
Yeah. Something. I mean, I feel like that's kind of the thing when it comes to the Bible. When it comes to the Bible, it's almost trippy because of how there are just so many ways you can take the information and have it apply, or have it like bridge connections, or learn from it.
Yeah.
There's so many ways.
Yeah, but if you want to be a twat and you want to twist the words of the Bible to suit your narrative, like, oh, God did some nasty things here. Look at God making everything a gold because he's arrogant. Fuck you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like,
Yeah.
Get over your shit. Read it
Yeah.
for what it is and look into it if you want, but read it for what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a most definitely like a very concrete meaning to a lot of it.
Right.
But I don't know, I feel like it's the spirit that people read things with. You can read things with a nasty spirit, and I
Yeah.
mean, you'll find nasty things, but if you're reading it with a genuine curiosity or a desire for a relationship with your creator, or to learn about your creator, or to learn about yourselves, or the history of this knowledge that was given to us, these interactions between God and his people of the time, how that has even survived to make it to us today. I mean, you're going to get an entirely different book. And there's people that have read the Bible so many times, and you'll hear them say that every time they read it, they see something new.
Yeah.
They could read it 100,000 times, and every single time you're going to find something new. And I don't know, there's something to that. That's when I say the Bible's a supernatural tome,
Yeah.
I mean it in literally every single sense of that meaning. There's no way you just had a bunch of people randomly write this in the desert frickin' thousands of years ago
Thousands
and
of
have
years
it
apart
do
from each other.
what this does.
Right.
There's just no way. And I think that it's cool that in that it's like within the separation that you could find within the different books or whatever, there's still a unifying force that takes shape, and that unifying force is God, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's why you're able to kind of make these connections, why you're able to find this type of unity from it. It's that unifying glue between every page and every chapter and author. It is God. And it's just glaringly obvious if people just read it. If you read it, you're going to come into contact with God. You will. Because he's like within the actual book.
No, I agree.
It's pretty friggin' awesome.
I think we should knock out one more because of like the topics.
Want one more?
Yeah, if we could do one more and then call.
All right, I got it. Okay, Exodus chapter 29. And this is the thing that thou shalt do unto them to hallow them, to minister unto me in the priest's office. Take one young bullock and 2 rams without blemish, and unleavened bread, and cakes unleavened, tempered with oil, and wafers unleavened, anointed with oil. Of wheaten flour shalt thou make them. And thou shalt put them into one basket, and bring them in the basket, with the bullock and the 2 rams. And Aaron and his sons thou shalt bring unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and shalt wash them with water. And thou shalt take the garments, and put upon Aaron the coat, and the robe of the ephod, and the breastplate, and gird him with the curious girdle of the ephod. And thou shalt put the mitre upon his head, and put the holy crown upon the mitre. And then shalt thou take the anointing oil, and pour it upon his head, and anoint him. And thou shalt bring his sons, and put coats upon them. And thou shalt gird them with girdles, Aaron and his sons, and put the bonnets on them. And the priest's office shall be theirs for a perpetual statute. And thou shalt consecrate Aaron and his sons. And thou shalt cause a bullock to be brought before the tabernacle of the congregation, and Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the bullock. And thou shalt kill the bullock before the Lord, by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And thou shalt take the blood of the bullock, and put it upon the horns of the altar with thy finger, and pour all the blood beside the bottom of the altar. And thou shalt take all of the fat covereth the inwards, and the caul that is above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and burn them upon the altar. But the flesh of the bullock, and his skin, and his dung, shalt thou burn with fire without the camp. It is a sin offering. That's crazy. And thou shalt also take 1 ram, and Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the ram, and thou shalt slay the ram. And thou shalt take his blood, and sprinkle it round about upon the altar. And thou shalt cut the ram in pieces, and wash the inwards of him, and his legs, and put them unto his pieces, and unto his head. And thou shalt burn the whole ram upon the altar. It is a burnt offering unto the Lord. It is a sweet savor, an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And thou shalt take the other ram, and Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the ram. Then shalt thou kill the ram, and take of his blood, and put it upon the tip of the right ear of Aaron, and upon the tip of the right ear of his sons, and upon the thumb of their right hand, and upon the great toe of their right foot, and sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. And thou shalt take of the blood that is upon the altar, and of the anointing oil, and sprinkle it upon Aaron, and upon his garments, and upon his sons, and upon the garments of his sons with him. And he shall be hallowed, and his garments, and his sons' garments with him. And also thou shalt take of the ram the fat and the rump, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and the caul above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and the right shoulder, for it is a ram of consecration. and 1 loaf of bread, and 1 cake of oiled bread, and 1 wafer out of the basket of the unleavened bread that is before the Lord. And thou shalt put all in the hands of Aaron, and in the hands of his son, and shalt wave them for a wave offering before the Lord. And thou shalt receive them of their hands, and burn them upon the altar for a burnt offering, for a sweet savor before the Lord. It is an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And thou shalt take the breast of the ram of Aaron's consecration, and wave it for a wave offering before the Lord, and it shall be thy part. And thou shalt sanctify the breast of the wave offering, and the shoulder of the heave offering, which is waved, and which is heaved up, of the ram of consecration, even of that which is for Aaron, and of that which is for his sons. And it shall be Aaron's and his sons by a statute forever from the children of Israel, for it is a heave offering. And it shall be an heave offering from the children of Israel of the sacrifice of their peace offerings, even their heave offering unto the Lord. And the holy garments of Aaron shall be his sons after him, to be anointed therein, and to be consecrated in them. And that the son that is priest in his stead shall put them on 7 days, when he cometh into the tabernacle of the congregation to minister in the holy place. And thou shalt take the ram of the consecration, and seethe its flesh in a holy place. And Aaron and his sons shall eat the flesh of the ram, and the bread that is in the basket by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And they shall eat those things wherewith the anointment was made, to consecrate and to sanctify them. But a stranger shall not eat thereof, because they are holy. And if aught of the flesh of the consecrations or of the bread remain unto the morning, then thou shalt burn the remainder with fire. It shall not be eaten, because it is holy. And thus shalt thou do unto Aaron and his sons according to all things which I have commanded thee. 7 days shalt thou consecrate them. And thou shalt offer every day a bullock for a sin offering for atonement, and thou shalt cleanse the altar when thou hast made an atonement for it, and thou shalt anoint it to sanctify it. 7 days thou shalt make an atonement for the altar, and sanctify it. And it shall be an altar most holy. Whatsoever toucheth the altar shall be holy. Now this is that which thou shalt offer upon the altar, 2 lambs of the first year, day by day continually. The 1 lamb thou shalt offer in the morning, and the other lamb thou shalt offer at even. And with the one lamb, a 10th deal of flour mingled with the 4th part of an hin of beaten oil, and the 4th part of an hin of wine for a drink offering. And the other lamb thou shalt offer at even, and shalt do thereto according to the meat offering of the morning, and according to the drink offering thereof, for a sweet savor, an offering made by fire unto the Lord. This shall be a continual burnt offering throughout your generations at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord, where I will meet you to speak there unto thee. And there I will meet the children of Israel, and the tabernacle shall be sanctified by my glory. And I will sanctify the tabernacle of the congregation and the altar. I will sanctify also both Aaron and his sons to minister to me in the priest's office. And I will dwell among the children of Israel, and will be their God. And they shall know that I am the Lord their God, that brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, that I may dwell among them. I am the Lord their God. End scene.
That is a lot of sacrificing.
Yep.
A lot of offerings. You've got the sin offering, the peace offering, the wave offering. You've got the consecration, and then you've
It's
got
continual.
the day-by-day continual sheep offering twice a day.
And then the sin, that sin offering is brought outside of the camp, and that goes to sin. It goes to Satan. It goes to death, which waits outside the camp.
I don't know if it's going to it. I think it goes to absolve it.
There's the scapegoat. There's a goat that ends up being sacrificed during their time out in the desert with the
Right.
tabernacle and everything, and that gets brought out for Satan.
Yeah,
That's
maybe,
how it's understood by them.
Maybe you're right, because Jesus paid for all sin. The understanding is that even these people are waiting in Sheol for the end days when Jesus comes
For
back
salvation,
and everybody is judged. Like, you don't get judged as you die and then go to heaven. Like, everybody is waiting in Sheol, and they will be judged at the end of days. So Jesus paid for all sin. It's not like back then sin was paid for differently. Like, Jesus is God. God paid for all sin. So even these people have the opportunity to follow Jesus, even though they were 1,000 years before him, is because they will know him. Their spirits are sitting in Sheol watching all of eternity. They will know him, and if they choose to follow him, then they'll be redeemed. So yeah, I think you're right. The sin offering may just be to sin, not to absolve sin, because the sin is absolved by God.
Yeah.
Weird to
100%.
Sacrifice to sin, but I'm not to really question or understand. Really, this isn't for our time. This isn't for us to be doing. It was a whole different time, a whole different context, and I'm sure if you really understood the people and all of the religions and everything they understood and the original translations and all of that, I'm sure things might seem a little different than they do here and now. Things like this, I do kind of just take with a grain of salt. Like, when things get hinky, it kind of lends to those weird conspiracies that we were talking about, where like people think that like the Old Testament God was a different God. Like,
I don't think that
these
at
were the old Jews, and so maybe the old Jews were still worshiping some like crazy Baal shit, and it's not until Jesus comes that shit's set straight. No, I don't believe that either. But
no, not at all.
When you got God calling for all these sacrifices all the time, it's like, what is going on? But God doesn't do that anymore. And there was a reason that it was done that way, that I don't think it's for us to really understand. Or if you do, please let us know in the comments. But I have faith that it's not as hinky as it really comes off.
You know what I think? I think it boils down to, we've talked about this before in a lot of different episodes that we've done, but there's a correlation and a direct connection from spirit to physical. There is a correspondence. That's why magic is done the way that magic is done. You'll have like certain sigils put down on the floor, and people doing salt circles and blood of different animals. Like all of these materials, and even the things that make the materials and whatnot, they all have a spiritual reflection. So the spirit has a reflection into the physical.
Yeah,
it's like we're both shadows of each other. Like it's
like the 33 thing.
Yes,
being the chaos god shadow or whatever that guy was talking about.
Yeah, and so I think that a lot of these sacrifices are just God knows. He knows exactly what he needs to do in order to do the things that he needs to for his children and for this whole section of the Bible.
Yeah.
And the sacrifices, I mean, are kind of a thing for that, right? Like a life unblemished is what? That's like that signifies Christ.
Yeah.
It signifies Christ. And so it's like in each part of these different like rituals, these different anointing ceremonies, these burnt offerings, it all tells the story spiritually. It's almost like it's like trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
Is what it really feels
It's
like.
fractals of God. It's like fractals of the story of Jesus.
Yes. And like by doing these rituals here, it's like birthing the happening of it in the spirit, which births it happening in the physical. Yeah. It's like a communication reverb. It's like magic, but God being the source of all of that, I mean, he's just it's like creation. It's making it happen. It's writing the story. He's the great author and narrator. And that's just him dipping his freaking etheric pencil in the ink and writing the story. At least during that point. Because now things are different. That ritual is done with.
Yeah.
We had the Messiah. That was the whole point of that entire time, was for the Messiah's lineage and the portal for him to step in to our reality and to do what needed to be done so that we could move past that old covenant and defeat sin, really, truly, in the end. That's exactly what Christ is.
Yeah.
It was like a checkmate. It was like a checkmate against this this sin domino effect that was kicked off in the garden. Mm-hmm. Kicked off with Lucifer and Satan getting kicked out in the rebellion. It all goes back and then it goes forward. That's how these things communicate.
Right. It's all layered. It all helps you understand each other thing.
It's supernatural, dog. I mean, that's the main theme that I am getting from today's reading for me. Anyway, yeah. Personally. It is supernatural.
The book itself is holy. It's a holy thing. It's on another level. Like if you want a video game magic artifact, read the Bible.
Yep,
it has otherworldly godly knowledge. Like you want to possess knowledge straight from God, read the Bible.
Read the Bible.
Like you have it at your fingertips. It's the #1 best-selling Bible. It's got to be somewhere around you.
Oh, it is. It's everywhere.
All right, guys. We will catch you on the next episode. Read your freaking Bibles, or just join us whenever we can get to it. I don't know if I can say we'll come at you every Saturday, but we're trying to keep consistent. So keep up with us. We'll get through the whole Bible eventually. I'm shooting for the end of the year.
We're gonna have to do a lot of reading.
Yeah, no,
I don't mind it.
We're not even close to that, but. No, we appreciate you guys for listening, making it this far. Bless you guys. God bless everybody.
God bless.
We love you. Amen. See ya.
Deuces.